Hey there, Judi Jamieson the Psychic here, and welcome to my channel. If you are an empath, you know and completely understand the range of your thoughts and emotions have the ability to completely F you up for hours, days, weeks, months. So if you are someone who is sick and tired of allowing those thoughts and those emotions to rule and dictate your life, this video here, I'm going to show you or give you the basic steps or tools that you would need to master your empathetic abilities, or what I would refer to as how to become a spiritual, empathetic, mental ninja. Sounds good? Hang out and watch the video. Hey there, real quick, if you have no idea who I am, my name is Judi Jamieson. I am a psychic. I teach intuition and psychic development, but with a little bit of a twist. More specifically, I work with empaths who want to heal and power up their empathetic abilities instead of seeing them as a curse, but transform them into a blessing to help you heal and power up and repel toxic and manipulative people. Because as empaths, that's just what comes with the territory. We naturally attract that kind of stuff to us. So if you're someone who really wants to understand your gifts and repel all kinds of bullshit, I'm your new virtual best friend, and you're going to want to hit the subscribe button that is right underneath this video, and I'm going to give you a second to do that right now. Make sure you hit that little bell, this way you get notified when a new video comes out. If you're really serious about becoming an empathetic, spiritual warrior, goddess, mental ninja, make sure you hang out to the end of the video because I have something for you. All right, so there are 4 things coming from an empath who's had so far 45 years worth of life experience with domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, and rape. I got some pretty good freaking tools under my belt here. These are the 4 things that I do to flick the switch from going into a dark side of being an empath to transmuting that energy and using it as rocket fuel for success. In other words, how to not let your emotions or the emotions of other people to fuck you up. So the first thing that you want to do is surrender and be aware of your emotions. Now the key here is why. Why are you feeling what it is that you are feeling? A lot of times as empaths, we can go into this dark place of depression, loneliness, addictions, stuff like that. We think we're going crazy. We're too overwhelmed. We crawl in a freaking hole and become a freaking hermit because our emotions can become overwhelming. The first thing that you really want to do is surrender to them, feel what it is that you are feeling, and ask yourself why. You have to be able to go on this deep dive to the bottom of the ocean or the abyss that is inside of you. How did this happen? What happened and how did this happen? The second thing that you want to be aware of is what are your triggers. We all have triggers, whether you've experienced trauma, that's trauma and tragedy, PTSD, anything in that scope or spectrum. We all have triggers. Something that happens or you see, or something that somebody does or says that triggers a painful something inside of you. That is a key to let you know there is something inside of you that is unhealed. It's your emotions telling you, bing, 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 hey girlfriend, look, there's something here that ain't healed. Look at me and work on it and fix it so you can permanently remove that. What you want to do is pay attention to that trigger and observe what is going on and not absorb it. Pay attention to where you are at in that exact moment and what is the reality of what is really going on physically in the physical world, not in here. You want to use all of your senses and pay anything to do with intuition and psychic development starts with you. You have to learn how to read yourself and read your own energy before you even have the ability to pick up and read outside energy. As empaths, we kind of mesh the two and become one with them. You have to learn how to read yourself as your own standalone individual. So when there's a trigger that comes up, one of the things that I like to do is detach and pull myself out of it and look at it from a different perspective without getting emotionally entwined into it. When you surrender to it and you have the ability to look at it from an outside perspective without allowing the overthinking, overanalyzing, or the painful emotions to kind of drag you down somewhere, you then have the ability to start healing and understanding what is going on. The third thing that you want to do is self-care and self-love. Make peace with it. A lot of times as empaths, one of 2 things go on here. You have a lifetime of toxic and manipulative people who have taught you that your needs, wants, desires, thoughts, opinions don't freaking matter. And in turn, we learn how to put ourselves last, like we're not important. Maybe you were told, you're overreacting or toughen up or get your head out of the clouds. You familiar with those phrases? If you know any of those phrases and you vibe with what I'm saying, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button right now. We kind of, if we're not trained by toxic and manipulative people, as an empath, we get on our own head. I don't want to burden this person with this. I don't want to, you're being ridiculous. It shouldn't require this much time, or you shouldn't feel that way. We dismiss everything. We shit all over ourselves. So what you want to do when you catch that you're doing that, stop. Fully acknowledge you're an empath. You were born to feel these things. You are feeling these things for a reason. These things that you're feeling have an underlying message. When I talk about connecting with spirit on my Facebook page, this is what I teach. This is how you get your messages. As an empath, our emotions are our internal gauge that tell you north, south, east, or west. If you're in alignment, out of alignment, if you're picking up your stuff, you're picking out somebody else's stuff. Like I said, it all starts with you. You have to learn how to read you. So give yourself the self-care, the self-soothing. One of the ways that I like to do this is I like to visualize whatever it is that I'm feeling or whatever's going on. If my best friend or one of my children were experiencing this, how would I nurture them? What advice would I give them? What would I do, right? You see how you pull yourself out? Detach from your own self that you're shitting on and give yourself the advice, the love, the time, the care, whatever it is that you need. The fourth and last thing that you need to do is get in the routine of reprogramming what is going on in there. Now, if you're someone who has a lifetime of toxic and manipulative people, not being seen or heard, you were trained that you weren't important in your life, it is critical that you need to learn how to differentiate between what is somebody else's thoughts or beliefs or basically programming that was injected into you versus what is your own thoughts and beliefs. So to give you an example to that, I grew up in a household where I was told all men were assholes. Okay, so you get to a point where you start to believe all guys are assholes. Then you realize, you know what? No, that's not me. I don't think that. I don't believe that. That's somebody else's programming. Or maybe you were raised in a household where you were taught to be a Democrat, but inside you have some Republican views. You kind of see what I'm saying here. Evaluate, learn to train and reprogram what is your thought versus what is somebody else's that you're hearing in the back of your mind that somebody else might have programmed in there. And then you just kind of take that and change it and transmute it into plugging into and connecting with your true authentic self. In order to be that empathetic, spiritual, mental ninja, you have to be true and authentic to you. Fuck what everybody else says that you should do, say, think, want, or need. Be authentic to you and live in that. So if that's something that you want some help with, I'm your freaking girl. Underneath this video, I have a workshop coming up on an empath survival guide. These are all the tools that are necessary for an empath to thrive, stick in her power, know her value and worth, tune up and discover your light and your power, and in turn, by doing that, you repel toxic and negative people. Check out the link that is underneath if that's something that interests you. Now, one of the things that I like to do, why I do these videos, is like virtual relationship building. The only way that is going to happen is if you comment below. So I got a question for you. If you're an empath who struggles with understanding, managing, maintaining your empathetic power, because they are freaking powerful, I want you to take what will be the negative power and use it as rocket fuel to really good power. If you're someone who struggles with that, comment below and let me know what it is that you struggle with, so if I have experience with it, I can make a video and help you out. Now, if you're someone who has become an empowered warrior, goddess empath, and you figured out some tools that work for you, please share them below and let us know what it is that you do to empower yourself and become strong when you want to go in this fucked up, detrimental, depression hermit mode. If you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it, please share it. So like I said, check out the workshop link that is below. Talk to me. Let's make this a dialogue. Comment below. If you didn't already in the beginning, hit the subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful, phenomenal, kick freaking ass day. And hopefully I will see you right here real soon on this channel. See you later.